Hey, good evening, everyone. Right now, we got the dynamic duo that's going to be running tonight's episode of The Unlimited Truth. And I think it's going to be a real good one tonight, E-Rock. And Sega Man just joined us. That's what's up. So yeah, before I introduce everybody, I'm going to do a little intro real quick because tonight's show is going to be a fun one. And our first topic, oh man, I saw this Monday and I had a blast when I saw it because on the on the Exile podcast about a month ago, I said what I say, Iraq. The harder that they fight this Activision Blizzard deal, the
Mm-hmm.
faster it goes through. And then on Monday, an article came out that stating that the Activision Blizzard deal could be approved as early as August. And people, today is July 20th. So we talking about in 11 days, we can start getting news of the Activision deal being officially approved
Yeah,
by the FTC.
that's what's up.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, and before we get to everything, let's introduce the panel members, man. And first up, my big brother in the game, the man who got me introduced, E-Rock X. Introduce yourself.
Hey man, it's always great to show up where the truth is needed. And I'm not even gonna try to contain myself, man. This is just hilarious. This is just hilarious because, like you said, you were just talking about this a couple of months ago, and it came to pass. But this is E-Rock X, man, and it's always great to be here. And we can have a little fun for the next few minutes, man.
Yeah. And my other brother, hey, I'm blaming Sega Man on Tuck not being here. You know, he must have sent them gristle burgers and oxtails out there to Oklahoma. So Sega Man, introduce yourself, man. Because Tuck is usually here on my show. He's usually the first one here too. So introduce yourself, Sega Man.
Hey guys, what's up, man? It's your boy Sega Man, back with the Unlimited Truth with my brother Unlimited and my brother E Rock, man. This is great to do another podcast with my brother Unlimited. He's always on fire. You know, check his channel out and check E Rock out. You know what I mean? It's really cool. I know, hey brothers, man, I got to tell y'all something. If you play the new Forza Horizon 5 Hot Wheels, right?
Uh huh.
I made a track. Now I can't tell you what I named it and stuff, but when you go and look for my name, you'll see it, right? You know how you could try your friends' tracks or or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you'll see, man. But it'll be a big surprise for you and E-Rock. So when y'all get a chance, just look me up on there and you'll see, man. I made this track up, bro. I think you'll get a laugh out of it. Put it that way.
What you
Oh,
made? What you made, man? A track made of the chitlins? What you? What
this
you
is this is a Sega Man 101 exclusive. So
oh man!
you
I'm gonna
gotta
have to check it out after
you
this.
gotta you gotta
All
check
right.
it out, man. But it's good to be back with y'all, man, and doing the Unlimited Truth podcast, man. And yeah, and can always find me on my channel, guys, at Sega Man 101. Shouts out to the chat and on the Alpha and Exile where it all started, man. And and shout your boy out tomorrow, man. It's my birthday tomorrow. You know
Oh,
what
Oh
I'm
that's
saying?
what's
man!
up, man.
Shout your
Yeah.
boy out, man.
Everybody in the chat, man, let Sega Man know happy birthday. This the brother's birthday tomorrow. That's what's up, Sega Man.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
hey, and so hey, you know what, Sega Man, I'm gonna start off with you tonight then. So, Monday, an article came out stating that that as early as next month, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, could approve the largest acquisition in gaming history and Microsoft, the company's history, right?
Yeah.
The massive $70 billion deal that we first had announced back in January, Sega Man, when Phil Spencer dropped a tweet so massive, Sony lost $20 billion, right?
Whew.
That they never recovered, by the way.
Yeah.
And in that time, Sega man, we saw it all. It's a monopoly. President Biden, stop this! Stop the monopoly! Stop the monopoly! Elizabeth Warren, you got to stop this! This is travesty. Microsoft are trying to kill gaming. It's the end of gaming. Oh no! They were doing protests out in their local cities, in front of their city hall, and everything. Sega Man. So I want to get your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on the idea that next month and this could be as soon as the second anniversary of the Exiled podcast. We'll be talking about officially the official announcement of Activision and Blizzard being officially approved to join Xbox. And to piggyback off that, I also want to know what games do you expect to come to Game Pass, and do you think that they'll be in Game Pass as early as this holiday?
Oh man, that would be a great thing. This is a great acquisition that Microsoft is acquiring. Shouts out to the chat, man. Thank you for wishing me a happy birthday, y'all. Really appreciate it. But I'm like a loss for words with this Brother Unlimited, man. This is going to be really great for Xbox acquiring Activision Blizzard, man. This is really huge, you know. And it even made the news where, you know, they wanted to try to stop it somehow, you know what I mean, or and stuff like that, man. This is going to be really, really huge, bro. If they when it goes through in August, I think I heard somebody else. I can't remember the podcast. They were talking about they thought it would do that too, man. But this is going to be huge, bro. I mean, Activision's a juggernaut.
Yeah.
It's a juggernaut, man. A lot of people used to hate on Activision. You know what I mean? But I think Microsoft is going to clean some of that up, some of those things with Activision. They got Blizzard. It's going to be under their belt too, you know, with Diablo, you know, different games like that. Diablo is a great game. I played it on I think it was a 360. Or I think it was, yeah. I mean, just all these great games. You're going to have Crash Bandicoot. You know, that's going to be, I guess it'll be exclusive to Xbox now.
Yeah,
you have Spyro the Dragon. Call of Duty might, you know, I mean, I think they're really scared about that. They're really scared about the Call of Duty thing. Go ahead.
Hey, real quick, Sega, man. Just imagine Call of Duty, the next Call of Duty 2023, day one on Game Pass.
Man, that's it. It's game over because I mean, there's just diehard, you know, Call of Duty fans out there. They got was it Modern Warfare 2 that's going to be coming out soon?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Graphics look good. I've seen little previews of it. You know what I mean? It's a win-win, man. This is huge, guys. This is huge. And next thing you know, oh man, I don't know. Maybe Ubisoft will come on board with that, man. I don't know, bro. I mean, this is just huge, man. There's a lot of games. There's so many IP that you brothers are going to probably bring up. But what always comes to mind is always Crash Bandicoot because he was big on the old PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know, Spyro the Dragon, Call of Duty, just all kind of games, bro. This is if this happens, man, in August, damn. That's a win-win, brother. I can't wait. I mean, this is overwhelming. Look at all these games we just had to drop in Game Pass. I mean, just all this stuff that's coming all at once, bro. It's crazy, man. And for those naysayers out there that keep trying to battle us, man, with all the rhetoric and hoopla and the toxicity, man, about Microsoft and not having, you know, where's the exclusives at? They're just trying to make up all kind of stuff, man. All kind of stuff, man, to damage control, guys. E-Rock sees it every day. You see it every day. He-Bot and me, we see this every day. Somebody's making something or trying to just, pour more toxicity out there, man, in the Xbox gaming community. And when this becomes true, man, wait till you see, man. They're going to be so ass hurt, Unlimited and E-Rock. Man, are they going to be damage controlling, bro? It's going to be nuts in August if they do this, man.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this one, Sega, man. Oh, I don't care about Call of Duty anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Anytime we get something that they never cared about, like they never cared about Hellblade, you know, games like that. You know what I mean?
They never cared about the Yakuzas, despite saying how great it was for years when it was over on PlayStation.
Right.
They didn't care about MLB The Show.
Yep.
They really don't care about Bethesda no more. You think Bethesda games sold like shit.
Oh heck yeah, man! Because think about it, guys. They didn't play no Bethesda games like that. The Xbox dudes did because it's a lot of shooter games and different shit like that. We played those games. I'm not saying that there wasn't PlayStation dudes out there that didn't play them, but we bought and played those games more. You know what I mean? We did.
Yeah.
What is it? Wolfenstein, Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
You know, games like that.
The Elder Scrolls series.
Yeah, that was mostly Xbox guys that really played the hell out of those games. So it to me it fits right in the family and under the ecosystem of Xbox is Bethesda, ZeniMax, and that, man. It fits right in with us. You know what I mean? So we played those games the most. The only game they really ever play is fucking Call of Duty. You know what I mean? We played those games the most, man, over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah. Wait until that Activision comes, bro.
Oh, that's gonna be a glorious day, Sega man, and that was excellent point, man. Because look, Sega man, and before I move on to E-Rock, let me just say this: Sega man, they fought hard on this one. I never even thought of contemplating tweeting the president about anything. You think they were at look E-Rock, they were asking for them to cancel this deal before they were asking for Biden to lower gas prices.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's so I move on to you, E-Rock. Man, since January, you know it's been crazy. You know it's been crazy. Just time after time after time. And as Other Zinc said, Jason Schreier was going to call the Department of Justice on Xbox. And he's not. And the funny thing is, that was a real thing. And that's what's so funny. Nothing we're saying was made up. And yet this week we find out that the Activision deal could be approved as soon as August. That is next month, people. Hell, we're this month is almost over. So E-Rock, I want to get your thoughts on this, man. What are your thoughts on that? Potentially next month, potentially on the second anniversary of the Exile podcast, we'll be talking about Activision officially joining Xbox.
Man, we tried telling y'all this months ago that there wasn't. Am I coming in loud and clear?
Yeah.
There wasn't anything in the world that was going to stop this merger. Xbox wanted it. Microsoft wanted it. Activision wanted it more than them. They were like, "Yo, man, can you buy us so we can, get these golden parachutes? Because we're probably all fired as soon as this deal's over with." So everybody's like, "Yeah, you're gonna fire Bobby Kotick, man. Bobby Kotick's probably got a platinum. Forget about a golden parachute, a platinum parachute." Yep. They were dying for this deal to go through, and when the people in business want a deal to go through, there was nothing that these guys were going to do to stop it. We say it time and time again. It's gotten to the point where the PlayStation community, it's got silly to the point of being beyond parody. It's just so crazy. I mean, I never thought in my day-to-day dealings in life to ever call a senator, to call a president about anything. But it's just crazy the stuff that these guys go through, the nonstop nonsense over because they're losing, and it's a hard pill for them to swallow. That Xbox is now the dominant force in gaming, and they just cannot deal with it. They just cannot deal with it. And this is like a wake-up call for them. But I mean, no matter what happens, they'll be back to their same shenanigans. It's November when God of War comes out. They'll be back to their same shenanigans.
Yeah.
They'll be back to saying how they never cared about Call of Duty. And what a shocker that would be if Call of Duty, this next one, arrived day and date at Game Pass. And I could care less about Call of Duty, but how hilarious would that be if Call of Duty showed up in Game Pass day and date? It would be over. I mean, we said it 2 years ago when the Bethesda deal went through. that the console war is over. But
Mhm.
now it's really over. It is what it is, man. It's hilarious to see. But we told you guys months ago, man. You can hate us all you want. All these guys out there, like, it's so real. Is that his name, Sega Man? You can hate us all
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want. Don't hate us, man. Hate. Don't hate the players. Hate the game. Don't hate us. It is what it is, man. You backed the wrong team. But hey, man, look, I hope y'all enjoy God of War this November because shit's about to get real over here at Xbox. We already had a backlog that we can't finish, and that backlog just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's to the point now where y'all tell yourselves that Xbox has no games. It's sort of a blanket, a sort of a
Yeah.
security blanket. When y'all go home and y'all know they got too many games, it's not fair. Hey man, enjoy. I'm being sincere, man. Enjoy God of War, but it is what it is, man. This console war is over, and the Activision deal is done, as we said it was going to be months ago, man. But yeah, unlimited production, I find it so funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it is wonderful, man. And look, if there's some situation where Call of Duty comes to Game Pass this year, I think that makes up for the Starfield delay. I mean, it's the best selling game every fucking year, and having it day one on Game Pass is something that it's gonna be again another move on Game Pass that's just gonna change the game again for the service because how nobody E-Rock and Sega Man and on their life is going to spend $70 on Call of Duty when they could just turn on their Xbox and hit install, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this is what is so great, man. Guys, we're not only getting all these great games, it is helping our fucking wallet. we could put our money elsewhere and we are good. And they try to call it and it's funny, man. I nigga, let me say this. If welfare was this as abundant as Game Pass, nobody would shame anybody beyond fucking
No,
Yeah.
we all be on that shit. Yo,
yeah,
man,
man.
what?
I'm gonna apply right fucking now. If welfare was this damn good, good. You know the welfare pass. What was Jeff Keighley?
Yep.
I don't even know if y'all remember this one. Jeff Keighley. Oh, Game Pass is just a basic cable service. Is it a basic cable service when it has every Bethesda and Activision deal now, Jeff? When it has so many games, Sony can't compete. Jeff, the basic cable. All right. I think my favorite part about stuff like this, y'all, is that it's just that to see that time after time after time, every single thing they said, every single thing has come back to bite them in the ass. And it's just always just hilarious to see. And they're just man, they're running out of steam now too. And that's what's just so beautiful about all this. Uh this Activision deal is happening because remember, it was originally supposed to be June 2023. That was the original date.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
Yeah, all right, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that.
that's all
Got a
right.
bit distracted for a second. But yeah, that was the original date, and yeah, so that was just a lot of fun to see. And look, everybody, tonight's show might not be as long as usual. Just giving y'all a heads up because there wasn't too much gaming news, but you still gotta come out here and hang out with y'all for a bit. Um, and the other thing, and what gave me the title of tonight's show, "We Told You So," was another thing that people were they're dying on this hill too. So we've talked about this a little bit before. The Last of Us 2 remake, I mean the Last of Us 1 remake being resold for the third time for $70. Well, today, and did you see this, Sega Man? What happened? Where they released some gameplay footage and it turned out that there was no changes. And
Wow.
what
Oh
did we
no, I didn't
say?
see that.
Yeah, and what did we told you guys so. We told you that this Last of Us is just them reselling the same shit over and over again. And earlier this week, E-Rock was sharing videos and he had a really great video from years ago about how God of War holding Sony back or something like that. And I made the argument, and I'm gonna make it here, that The Last of Us was the game that's holding Sony back, because ever since 2013, they've been that really turned them into just making the same shit over and over and over again.
Mhm.
So I turned I turned it to you, Sega Man. The Last of Us remake has no gameplay changes. Is that a cash grab to you, or is that just a hard work worth shit? Oh, not only does it have less gameplay, I mean, it does have no changes, Sega Man. It has less content by removing the multiplayer. So does that sound like a $70 value to you?
Absolutely not, man. It's definitely a cash grab. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. These dudes out here that play these games, that have already played the game, they know that. They're not gonna fucking buy that game. They won't you're lucky to get fucking $5 out of them. You know what I mean? They're not gonna buy that game for $70. I mean, that would be really stupid. And plus they took the content out of the game, and it's just the same game over again. That's definitely a cash grab, man. And I think Sony is so used to doing that because they take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They take it, man. That's why they keep doing these remakes and shit like that, because they know that some people out there will buy these games. Some, but the majority of them, I don't believe that they will, because I'm not paying $70 for a game that I already played, and then you take content out of it, and you want to charge $70 goddamn dollars for the game? I mean, you really would have to be just really. That's just the dumbest thing I ever heard in the world. Even if Microsoft did that, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a diehard Xbox fanboy. I bleed green. But if they let's say they make Gears of War 1 over again, Gears of War Ultimate over again, and they took the Brumac out of there and the multiplayer out of there, and they want to charge $60, I'm not buying that shit. You know what I mean? That's just ridiculous, man, to do something like that, especially to your consumers. And they just keep taking it, bruh, and taking it, man, and saying that it's all right and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's not. That's why they keep doing it. You guys let them do it. That's the thing. You toxic, dumbass trolls out there that say, "Oh, it's okay for them to pay $70. We're supporting the developers by giving $70. We're supporting the developers." I mean, that's just the dumbest shit, brothers, I ever heard in my life. And they let them do it. That's the bad part, is they let them do it. They don't speak out about it or anything. So if you're not going to say anything or anything like that, they're going to keep doing it. That's why they keep doing this all the time, man. You know what I mean? This is just, they're used to cash grabs. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I mean, we'll talk about it. Their reward things. It's under a paywall. Yep. I mean, what the fuck, man? I mean, I'm sorry, man. Sony's just, they're their own demise, brothers. Let's just be honest. Sony and them, they're their own demise. Like I said before, the only best PlayStation that they ever had on God's green earth was the PlayStation 2. You know what I mean? They're done, man. I mean, they're done, man. People are gonna really are getting tired of it. You see, there is some of them that are actually speaking out and they're getting tired of it, but they're their own demise, brothers. They might disappear, man. I'm just being real. I'm not trying to be a fanboy, but brothers, the way they keep going, they're on a really thin line, brother. And they're gonna fall to the wayside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hey, that was spot on, Sega man. And let me add to that before I get to E-Rock. Imagine buying a PS3. You get The Last of Us. Okay, great game. You buy a PS4. You buy The Last of Us again for like $50, $60.
Yeah.
And it just came out like 2 years before. And then you drop $500 on PS5, and they say, "Hey, we got a game for you. It's called The Last of Us." Are you really gonna be like, "Oh shit, yes, The Last of Us. Man, that was great on the PS4 and PS3. $70? Oh my god!" And like Jeremy Brown said, PS fans did it to themselves.
Yeah,
you're actually spot on, Jeremy.
Yep, Jeremy.
And he said they let the loud minority overtalk them. Yep. Look, the people at Sony are playing catch up, and they're playing catch up. Well, they're not going to catch up, and they know they can't catch up. So they're trying to. I guess this is their way of making money. I have no clue. And other Zinc said, YouTubers say The Last of Us remake is a good thing. My God, are you serious? Zinc, a good thing? Erock.
Yep.
What have you ever paid? Something? Have you ever paid 3 times for the same fucking thing before?
Almost, but it was a lesson learned. The Grand Theft Auto 5, recent remaster that came out.
Yeah.
But that was I think that was $20.
Yeah.
So not 70. So after playing it and seeing what they had done with it, there was no justifying that. There's no justifying Madden coming out every year with no improvements. Just a new cover art or a new player on the cover, or this year using John Madden's death as a cash grab. There's no excuse for WWE 2K22 to come out as featureless and as empty as it is, just a pretty coat of paint. And there's no excuse for Sony to keep releasing these remasters, let alone remasters with no content, no multiplayer, no nothing. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Where is the outrage? Where is it? Keep that same energy, y'all. Where's the outrage y'all had when Halo came out? It don't have no co-op multiplayer. Where is the outrage? Where is it? I need to know where the outrage is. But there's never going to be any outrage when it comes to PlayStation, because y'all are scared shitless that this brand is dying, and Microsoft is just winning. I don't know when it's going to sink in that these little exclusives, God of War, The Last of Us remake, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, Gran Turismo, have had no effect on Microsoft and Xbox at all. No effect whatsoever. They just keep rolling from strength to strength to strength to strength to strength. I have heard every PlayStation fan from here to the Pitcairn Islands tell me and everyone who'll listen how, well, I'll gladly pay $70 for a remaster. We'll gladly pay $70 for games, but it's a remaster of a great game. And look, man, I don't care what it is. You might have been able to justify it if it was $40. Mm-hmm. You cannot justify it being $70. But you guys co-signed on this shit 2 years ago. That you would pay $70 for these games. And as unlimited production, I always said Sony listens to y'all, and you co-sign on them to be mired in mediocrity. Well, what do you mean? There's nothing but quality over here. Quality from your perception. Quality from a standard that y'all built, that every game has to be a third person, over the shoulder, whatever. Look at Microsoft. Look at what Xbox is doing. Now, sure, a lot of folks may not be down with As Dusk Falls, but they're doing something different. Again, Pediment, they're doing something different. They're always doing different stuff, and they're always putting variety out there. Look, man, I don't know what to say. If I was over there at PlayStation, I'd be miserable too. But we told you guys this was going to happen it's like Sony and Nintendo are held to no standards, but Xbox is held to the highest standards imaginable. And this continues to bite y'all in the ass. What my video was, I was looking through the E-Rock X archives last night to look for old tweets and have a laugh at my old videos and see what I should take down now that the channel is finally monetized after all these years. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
I gotta get some new headphones. And the video was, is God of War's success back in 2018 going to kill creativity? Well, my fears were unfounded. It killed creativity over at Sony. it didn't kill creativity over at Microsoft, because Microsoft is still doing games like Sea of Thieves, games like As Dusk Falls, games like Pentiment. But over at Sony, they're literally unlimited production. Sega, man, they're literally stuck in another era. They're stuck in another time. When you feel as though that it's okay to release a remaster of a remaster for $70. And listen, if they can get away with that, why not get away with remastering Spider-Man again? Why not get away with a remaster of Horizon Zero Dawn? They haven't even dipped their feet in that fucking pool yet. Or how about a remaster of Ghost of Tsushima? The PlayStation 5.
They already did that. They already resold Ghost of Tsushima, a PS5 version of Ghost of Tsushima. They already did that.
You're joking.
Yeah, they blew that well. They didn't even wait a year. they blew that one fast. They're like, shit, the PS5. What we got on the PS5? Ratchet and Clank. Shit, we need to sell something. The PlayStation 5, and I kid you not, is a remastered station. I kid you not, E-Rock. They resold Uncharted. They did an Uncharted collection again on the PS5. Again, they just did that shit last generation too. The PlayStation 5, and then what we got here? Quality games. What's more quality? Being able to play Starfield, Pentiment, Redfall, Forza, As Dusk Falls, High on Life, games that are different in every way possible, or once again paying $500 to play the same shit you just played in 2018.
Now, granted, Unlimited, all that stuff you mentioned, you may not like it all, but I mean, right now, it is a battle of quality and quantity.
Yes.
So they use this whole quality thing as a crutch, because Sea of Thieves is oozing with quality and production values and more content than we could have ever imagined. I've only been on As Dusk Falls for a few minutes, but that's quality production. The story has me. I don't want to give the story away, but there seems to be some kind of house robbery going on. I don't know where it's going to lead, and this family looks like they're unwittingly involved in it. I'm interested in it. I don't know if I'll be interested in it tomorrow, because tomorrow something else comes out. What is that game we were just talking about with the girl, and she's in the future, and she's got the sword.
Bright Infinite Memory.
Yeah, bright infinite. Bright Memory Infinite comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, Bright Memory. Yeah.
Remember Xbox? They're just stepping on the gas. And then in October, there's I didn't think I'd be interested in a Warhammer game, but this one looks good.
Yeah, it looks real good.
This looks
the gameplay too.
Yeah, this one looks good. So like I don't know, man. I just do not know what is going on over there in PlayStation land. There's like a brainwashing that's going on over there. I'm not saying that you can't enjoy Nintendo or you can't enjoy Sony, but this is now they're like a cult. It's cult like when you got guys like, and I've heard them. I've seen the tweets. Jabari Clark. You've got guys like Broken Games HD. Saying that I'll gladly pay for a remaster of The Last of Us. That is the problem. You never hear Xbox guys saying that shit. Microsoft don't even try that shit. They released, I think they released the Master Chief Collection, and that was it.
Yeah,
we ain't seen no more remasters from Microsoft. We okay? So man, maybe Gears of War Special Edition. And how long ago was that?
2015.
Man, this is a crazy situation, man, for The Last of Us remaster to come out with no multiplayer, no nothing. And a few people are calling it out, but not enough are calling it out because they're so brainwashed over there. It's quality. It's quality. And Sony, they depend on y'all complacency. Mm-hmm. They depend on y'all stupidity. They depend on y'all to never call them out in their shit. Like, how dare you sell us a remaster for $70 of a game with no features and no multiplayer? But these same people 2 years ago had a fit, had an aneurysm when Halo Infinite released without co-op multiplayer. Where is the outrage? It's up to all of you in the comment section to call these people out. Where is the outrage? God damn it! But I digress, man. They deserve everything they get over there. And we've been telling y'all this for years. Don't be mad at us, all of the haters of the Exile podcast, of Sega Man and Hebot and Unlimited Production, because we've been trying to get information out there and tell y'all the truth. Oh, you guys are just Xbots. You guys are just Xbots. It's to the point now where Xbot is code for common sense. Okay? And PlayStation fan is code for lunacy. So it is what it is, Unlimited Production. But I'm not surprised at this Last of Us remaster. I'm not surprised at anything that the Blue brand gets away with, because they've been co-signing on it for years now, Unlimited, and chickens are coming home to roost. But you know what? They will not be able to live this. No sooner than this latest L happens, they'll be back and talking shit on Twitter in November.
Yeah.
Okay, I guarantee you.
Of course.
Oh yeah. Hey, look. And E-Rock, E-Rock's on fire tonight, man. Put it that brilliantly. And I want to get to a point, add up to a point E-Rock said in a second, but I want to get to his comments first. Jeremy said his brother bought the PS5 version of a PS4 game he already owns. All of them are doing that, Jeremy. Hell, my brother ended up giving me his PS5 for free. That's how useless that console is. Free 2 said the Master Chief Collection is not missing multiplayer. Oh, no. E-Rock's point was not that it was missing multiplayer. His point was that that's the only remastered Xbox has done, period. That was his point. Unchained Assassin. Hey, Unchained Assassin, man. What's up, man? Great channel. Go follow Unchained Assassin. He don't post much, but he has a good channel. He does like collection videos and stuff.
Nice.
And he said he's hating these Sony fanboys. Yeah, man. Yeah. And he's by the way, Unchained he's got a good Xbox One and 360 collection.
Oh,
Nice.
Jeremy Brown said
following in today.
Yeah, Jeremy Brown said 2021 had Forza Horizon 5, Halo, Age of Empires, Flight Simulator, Psychonauts, The Gunk, Diversity, Something for All. Exactly, Jeremy. And Jeremy, to add to that, this year we just got As Dusk Falls, a story-driven game. We're going to get Warhammer, a first-person action game. We're going to get High Off Life, a first-person shooter. We're going to get Pentiment, a 16th century. I'm not even sure what kind of game that is, to be honest with you. It just looks interesting. Scorn, a horror game. The unreal level of diversity on Xbox it should be praised, in my opinion, because Nintendo gives you what, Sega Man?
Nintendo?
Yeah.
Man.
Mario and Zelda.
Well, that's it.
From now into perpetuity.
Metroid, maybe.
And Pokemon.
Oh yeah, we left out Pokemon. God damn, how can we do that?
Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon. Sony just resells the same shit over and over. We just talked about it. Microsoft, we every podcast, E-Rock, is it not crazy how we could list different games every fucking podcast when it comes to Xbox? And people want you to be upset.
I mean, they finally did something different with the game that released this week called Stray. I think you're like can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
I think you're like a stray cat roaming through the streets of Paris or something. So I mean, that's different. And you know, man, it must have been like pulling teeth for them to green light something different for a change. But in one of my videos I was digging through, and Sega Man, you got to keep in mind that these videos I'm talking about that I did are from 2018. They're from years ago. One is from 2017. I said how Microsoft beat Sony was diversity by bringing in everybody. Okay. Of course, I didn't know what the hell I was talking about back then, but that's exactly what they did. Not everybody's going to play As Dusk Falls. Somebody's going to play it. Not everybody's going to play Warhammer 40,000. Somebody's going to play it. Not everybody's going to play. Well, who am I kidding? Diablo was like the Diablo, like it's every nerd that's hacking his cable right now is going to play Diablo. There's unlimited production. There is literally something for everybody on Xbox. This is crazy. Yeah, Jeremy Brown. Yeah, Stray. Stray. It looks interesting. I don't know if that's coming to Xbox though, Jeremy Brown. Is it a time?
Yeah,
Oh.
yes, time.
God damn! Do they have anything that's not timed?
Huh?
Do they have anything that's not timed? But like, what is the point of buying timed exclusives? I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they don't got Microsoft Pocket, so they gotta look. The Sony strategy that worked in 1994 doesn't work now in 2022. But Sony thinks that by buying games off platforms for a limited time, that's going to do something. But the numbers are just not proving them right. It's just not, man. And Jeremy Brown said a Plague's Tale coming too. Yeah, man. Look, the content on Xbox is so incredibly. Look, man. A shout out to Prime, MWO Prime. He was actually in here earlier. He put out a video about how lucky gamers are right now, and he was spot on. If 10-year-old me will kill to have Game Pass. Are you kidding me?
Kidding me? This is unheard of. It's unheard of. It's unthought of. In the words of Jackie Childs, it's unheard of. It's unthought of. It's unprecedented. How the world? How? I mean, I could have never imagined anything like this in my life. And every once in a while, I get caught with my drawers down and pay for some shit I shouldn't have bought, like the SNK collection. Please don't buy that. Please, it's not even what's advertised. Or my God. Oh yeah. By the way, please, folks, a PSA: avoid WWE 2K22 like the plague. It's unfinished. It's not ready. It'll probably be ready.
You paid for it?
I had a little extra money, and I bought it, and I regret it. It's another game that the community is going to have to finish. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we have to stop letting we gotta stop being dumb like me and buying these games. And two, we gotta stop letting these developers get away with it. The good thing is though, is that Xbox will let you get what's called a digital refund.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be my option. But like, that's another game that the community is going to have to finish. WWE 2K22 is so featureless that it makes Madden look overloaded with features. Like
that is unreal.
But it's the same thing. Like, it's the same thing with The Last of Us remaster. I don't get like how these games can come out with nothing, with bare bones features, but yet Halo Infinite comes out and it's loaded with fun, and y'all was complaining about Halo Infinite. I just do not know, man. I just do not know. But man, with these games, man, yeah, Chanel, it is tempting, but it's not worth it, man. It really, like, they're really not even trying over there at 2K, man. The last great WWE game was WWE 2K19, and the only reason why that was great was because the community of creators kept that game going. And what they do now in limited production is, after about a year or 2 years, they cut the servers. They cut the servers, right?
Yeah.
So your game now becomes a collector's item, like WCW versus NWO Revenge, or WWF No Mercy. It becomes a collector's item. So you gotta get the new shit. But I mean, if the new shit is coming out and it's worse than the old shit, why buy it? And again, gentlemen, this is the importance of Game Pass. I did not pay for As Dusk Falls. I'll play it, and if I love it, I'll buy it. I did not pay for Sniper Elite 5. I finished it. I like it. I think I'm going to buy it when I get my refund from WWE 2K22. Guys, listen, the importance of Game Pass cannot be overstated. It literally is try before you buy, because these companies are not giving us demos anymore. Does anybody in the chat remember demos? Do any of y'all remember demos? We used to get them all the time on Xbox 360. They don't give us demos no more. So that makes Game Pass even more valuable, that you can try before you buy. Oh my God, the 2K servers are going down every 5 minutes. You can't play a game online. You can't download nothing. It's a scandal. It's a scandal. It's unreal. and we have got to stop letting these companies get away with this shit. Channel is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So to
So
play,
you lost everything you download.
well, I haven't lost everything yet, but according to the reports, I will soon. So
Yeah.
but in contrast, all the Xbox's shit works. Halo Infinite, Forza, all of that shit works.
Yeah.
What are Forza Horizon 5, all that shit works. What are they? Some wizards over there at Microsoft Game Studios? This shit just works. I haven't seen a crash on a Microsoft Studios game. Not Forza Horizon 5, not Halo Infinite, not Psychonauts. I haven't, not the Gunk. I haven't seen a Xbox Microsoft Studio game crash. So when you hear these PlayStation fans talk about quality, it's so ridiculous. Like Xbox doesn't have quality over here, but you know what? You guys are getting what you're paying for. I mean, as much of a scandal as WWE 2K22 is, it's not as scandalous as The Last of Us being released for $70 and no
crazy.
feature. Like I don't know, man. I just, there's no talking to these guys no more limited production. But I mean, you predicted all of this shit years ago. That gaming was going to be taken over by idiots and morons, and I don't know, man. I just, this is their chickens coming home to roost, and all we can do now is just, it's not even fun to laugh at them anymore. It's almost like, I'm not gonna say it's sad because I don't care about them enough to have emotion, but it's almost like, wow, Sony is getting away with this again, and nobody's saying nothing.
Nope.
It's mind-boggling.
Oh, it is incredibly mind-boggling, E-Rock. And Sega, and hold on, let me catch up with some of these comments here. Jeremy Brown said, panel in chat, Game Pass expanded my gaming experience. A few years ago, I only could have got my hands on a few games. I missed out on Dead Space, Dragon Age, Mass Effect. Game Pass changed that. Yeah, exactly, Jeremy. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it, man. You got access to nearly 500 games on Game Pass. Nothing beats that. Nothing beats that at all. He also said his favorite wrestling game was WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 7. That was a good game.
Oh, that was great.
That was one of my first 360 games back in like 2006. Yeah, that was a good one.
Jeremy Brown, that's back when games came out with all the content already in it.
Yeah,
and they didn't crash.
Matter of fact, what made me buy SmackDown vs. Raw 7, E-Rock, was you remember the sweat that they had when they showed the graphics between the
on
PS2?
The 360, yes.
Yeah, and the 360, that comparison, I was like, oh my god, I had to get that after seeing that, man. Yeah, that was that 360. The first time I played them games on 360, that was a generational leap. I'll probably never forget. Them games were great. And let's see here. Real Gamer said, Last of Us Remastered is a cash grab, but definitely one of the greatest storytelling experience he played. Yeah, Real Gamer. And I know a lot of people love the game and all that, but come on, man. They resold the game. This is the third time they're selling it at $70 with less content. I can't even think of an analogy off the top of my head that's that damn bad.
Hey, listen, whoever said that, man, I understand that The Last of Us was I heard it had a great story, and I respect that. Only thing I don't like about the sequel, man, is I don't want to get all into the politics of why they made that sequel, but it was like the director of the sequel, he went out of his way to kill the only strong male character that Ellie had in her life, and leave her in the hand of lesbians and criminals and whoever else. It's like, was that really necessary? Was that really necessary to get rid of the only strong male figure that was in her life? I think his name was Joel. So I mean, a lot of folks were unhappy with The Last of Us because of his politics. So I mean, we don't need to see any more of that in games. That's why I like Halo. Halo just sticks to the story of Master Chief is on a planet and there's shit he's got to kill. That's all we need. We don't need politics in our games.
Yeah, and Halo was a fun game. It's a great series. There was something I wanted to ask Sega, man, but kind of lost track there for a minute. Yeah, just catching up with the chat here.
Oh yeah, the chat is fire tonight.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
lit.
yeah,
They're
man.
lit, man. They're lit.
Yeah, they commenting a lot tonight. Wrestling games when you had to actually unlock things. Yeah, oh, you know what? They eventually, I don't know if the 2K games still do this because the last wrestling game I bought, Channel or Chanel, is it Chanel or Channel? Like changing TV channel, or is it like the French pronunciation? Let us know if you heard this one. But yeah, Channel, the last wrestling game I bought was actually SmackDown versus the one with Stone Cold on this cover, right? And I bought it specifically because of Stone Cold too, because that was my dude back in the day. And
Mm-hmm.
and I yeah, and so that after I played that was it. And I remember that they gave you the option to buy. You could like pay money to unlock everything or some shit like that. And that's what they eventually did with the wrestling games. I don't know if that's still a thing, but I know last time I bought one, you could just pay to unlock everything. Zink said, Jeremy Brown, no problem. Out of any of my 3 Xbox Series X consoles I purchased for his son, his daughter, and myself, he had 4 Xbox 360 replaced for free within 5 days each. Yeah. When the 360s had them issues in the early days, I heard the customer service was great. My personal 360 at the time never had issues. I guess I got lucky with that shit. And Sega Man, that's what I meant. That's what I wanted to ask you. The final topic for tonight. And as we, I say that all 3 of us, it's safe to say we love gaming, or else we wouldn't. He's Channel said it's not Chanel. Sega Man gets it right, and he still says Outer Sync.
That's right, man. That's our brother Aller Zink.
Yeah. And look who just joined us. Hey, Ebot, man, you there?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, you loud and clear.
Okay, what's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing much. We were just talking about how Stone. Oh, it was that today. So today, gameplay of the Last of Us remake came out, and it showed that there were no gameplay changes. And that's where the title of tonight's show came of. We told you so came from because we told you it was a cash grab. And for those who don't know, even Naughty Dog Des were saying some crazy shit like, no, it's not a cash grab. We poured our heart into it, right? And so I want to get your thoughts. So I want to get your thoughts on that, Ebot, since you just jumped in. What do you think about paying $70 for something that you paid for the 3rd time at full price on 3 different generation of consoles? Even before you got here, E-Rock made the comparison to GTA 5, but even that was a $20 upgrade. I just want to get your thoughts on that.
Right. I mean, if you like to get dicked in the ass, then that's your choice. I don't know. I don't know how else to express it. Like, this is all common sense. I mean, us talking about it is almost like it's almost like like it's almost comical, or like we're just wasting our breath, because anybody with common sense knows, okay, if you're going to get a graphical upgrade, right, it has to be something like what they're doing with the new Resident Evil 4, right? That when you look at it, it almost looks like a entirely different new game. You can tell immediately just by looking at it, right? And even though it's still structurally the same story, the same characters, and even the same areas, they made it look different. You can tell they put forth effort to make it look better based on the generational graphic powers of the consoles now. You could tell that they're trying to make it like a fresh new experience. They also express how they added new storytelling elements. New gameplay mechanics have been refined. They even added new cutscenes, and I think even new boss battles and stuff and encounters within the game. So it's not like this cheap cash grab, right? When Capcom first did the Resident Evil Remastered, right, for the first game, right, for Resident Evil 1, we knew that it wasn't as profound because Capcom was going through that, that build the structure where they're trying to rebuild Capcom within the company itself because they almost went bankrupt, as we all remember. because they took a lot of risk in the 360 era, doing a lot of new IPs, and they didn't sell. Like Remember Me, games like Azura's Wrath, right? And even though all these people always claim, "Oh my God, I love those games; they were incredible," but we know goddamn well they didn't fucking play it. Majority of them, right? They're all just full of shit. So that's why Capcom, when they first did that, at first it looked like, "Oh, come on, Capcom, you're trying to just get a cash grab." But the biggest difference is when we played and bought the Resident Evil remaster, right, in the beginning of 2023 or 24, I think it was, or 2014 rather. The game was only like $25, if you guys remember, right? The upgrade, right, or the remaster. So it was priced accordingly, and because it was priced accordingly, people went out, supported it, bought it, enjoyed it, and realized that Capcom was really trying to deliver on the promise, even though it might have felt a little bit minimalistic at the time, right? And fast forward till now, you see the biggest difference from Resident Evil 3 and also from Resident Evil 4, which I hope they do the same treatment to Code Veronica at some point, because that game really deserves a remaster because it's so old now and it was criminally underrated. It was on the Dreamcast where nobody actually that was a real, a fake gamer gave a fuck, because they didn't buy Dreamcast. Only the real gamers did, just like they did with Shenmue. If you saw that I put on Instagram that I bought Shenmue 3 on PS5 or PS4 rather for like $3.
Yeah.
Okay.
$3.
Because that's what it's going for, clearanced out, because it didn't sell. And what I said, yeah, $3. That's what I bought it.
Damn, that's a fire sale.
Oh yeah. And that's why I said, that's what you get for counting and betting on the wrong console, because that's what Yu Suzuki did. His arrogance, his stupidity of his nationalistic ways of thinking. He refused to put it on Xbox, even though Phil Spencer was on record saying that it was the most requested game from all Xbox gamers.
Shenmue 3, that's right.
Yes, to get another Shenmue since the 360, right? And yet Suzuki was like, "No, I don't want it on the American consoles." That's why he fucking went and made them discontinue and delist Outrun Afterburner Climax. Remember the arcade one that came out? And Outrun Arcade, and when it was on the 360 arcade marketplace, and yet he still left it for quite a long time on the Sony PlayStation 3 platform and store, right? But it was not available on the Xbox because he was showing his ways. He was showing his real nationalistic intentions and behavior and thought process. So the fact that he chose to go to Kickstarter and Sony took him up there to just promote it, instead of actually helping them publish the fucking game, at least, since it was going to be exclusive, or he chose the console for it to be exclusive. And then Yoshida said, "Yeah, I donated $25," and he made that shit vocal and public. I think it was on Twitter. Was sad, but you know what? Yu Suzuki deserves it. He gets what he deserves, because if you want to be, worrying about holding your pride or your stupid ego or your stupid, ancient ways of thinking versus actually getting some money so that you can do your game and project correctly, that's what's going to happen. So the PlayStation fan base, like I've said many times, they have been conditioned for many years and for a long time to get basically dog shit, right? Or lack thereof, as far as when they get something that's supposed to be quality, right? Like Bloodborne. Bloodborne was done by Bluepoint, but that's because Bluepoint was actually investing and putting their heart and soul to actually trying to make the game for Demon Souls actually look good, or or actually have some type of quality, right? They weren't just doing a port over, even though it's still structurally, again, the same fucking game, point for point. It's nothing really new, but graphically, at least, it looks substantially better than what it was, and you see that they put care and love into it, and that's why they went and said, "Oh yeah, we bought Bluepoint," because they wanted to have that what you call it, that perception of, yeah, we bought Bluepoint because they make good remasters, right? Because Sony always plays that card. They try to act like they're smarter than the next person all the time. So it was funny because I remember when, and I
it's funny
go
you
ahead.
say. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's funny you say
No,
Sony.
no.
Sony. It's when you say Sony. Sony. What do you say? Sony thinks they're smarter than everyone.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. The company that lost $20 billion from a tweet is the one that needs to act like it's smarter than everyone.
What you
Well, look,
do?
for real. And again, it goes back to they've been doing these practices, all right, with games being remastered, with just not even a real remaster. This started on the PS3 era. They started doing this because they started losing a lot of money, and they were trying to recuperate it by bringing back titles that were considered legacy titles, right, for them, to reissue them, so people will keep buying them so they can make some type of money because a lot of their new intellectual properties, like Papo y Joe, for example, like Rain, right, like Layer, like Heavenly Sword, right, real new properties that have potential that were really, really unique, right, in their own right, which most guys on PlayStation didn't play it, including Dark Souls at the time or Demon Souls, because it only sold 8,000 copies initially or originally. Nobody was buying them, right? But they were buying those same titles that they were known for, right? Like the God of Wars, right? Or like the Uncharted, for example. So they're like, okay, well, let's start doing this, or the Wipeouts, or the Ratchet and Clanks. That's why they had Ratchet and Clank 1 was released 3 times, just like Last of Us 1 is right now, 3 times. And it was lit, and again, it was minimalistic until the last one that they brought out that was actually a bigger improvement, but still, it was the 3rd time they remastered the very same game. So, it's not unexpected, but we've said this. I've said this. E-Rock said this. You've said this many times. And even Sega Man to some point and extent said it as well because he wasn't really inclined to the stupid shit that they were doing before until he kind of got around us and we kind of give him more insight into it. But even him to some extent has done it and said this, that this was going to be a cash grab because they want to have a holiday season to look more robust, right? Like they have a lot to give, especially that they don't have all these titles coming to their service like Game Pass, right? From first and third party, right? And even independent companies. On Xbox, we got like 50 titles coming from here to the end of the year on Game Pass, right? That you could just play day and date with the subscription service. They don't have that, right?
Starting today.
Right, starting today, exactly. They only have, the big hitters that they consider, which is the God of War, and now right, and then the Last of Us remastered from their camp, right? So again, these are the things that they've done religiously for many years. That people like myself, E-Rock, Sega Forever, 100. Many of us that are the true gamers been saying that they were doing these practices since the PlayStation 1 era, right? And this vertical slice bullshit and them taking advantage of their audience and trying to manipulate them with making something seem one way, but it's not the other. And they haven't changed since then. And then, I remember in 2013, people were like, oh, you guys are just conspiracy theorists. You guys are just haters of Sony. You just guys are making stuff up in your mind because Xbox is losing. No, we've been there. We're there since the very beginning. I know I was every step of the way. I saw every step they took from the fact that the so-called gamers didn't buy a Dreamcast, even though PlayStation was nowhere near to be released, PS2, for example, because they were going to wait for the PS2 because it was going to have a DVD player. It was going to be more powerful, etc., on paper, right?
Man, look, dude. Listen. I was there with you, bro. I was there with you. I was in summer session at Community College in Philadelphia, summer 1999. Sitting in the Travis class, telling the boy,
$9.99. Yep.
You got to look at this damn Soul Calibur, man. This
Oh,
dream
yeah.
is going to be the truth. I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
get the PlayStation 2.
Oh, yep. Oh, yeah.
I was
You know,
there.
you were there. Mhm.
The brainwashing is deep, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a reality. It wasn't something that we made up. Because the thing is, I don't understand. A lot of these younger players, they think, oh, you're just making this shit up. No, you weren't there.
Some of these
We're
dudes is
telling
old.
you.
Some of these dudes is old. Like, oh no, surreal. Some of these guys are old.
Mhm.
You guys are just big hating. You're making all this shit up, man. We was the fuck there. How the fuck you gonna tell me?
Yeah. We were there, and we saw it with our own eyes. I saw people, even though they saw how great Sega Bass Fishing looked, how great Soul Calibur looked, how great sort of the Berserk looked, how great Sonic Adventures or the new House of the Dead 3 looked, or House of the Dead 2 rather.
And then out of nowhere, January 2000, Dead or Alive.
Dead or Alive.
Out of nowhere.
Yes, Dead or Alive 2, which changed the game again. You're like, holy shit, what the fuck? It basically was the first console to actually give you better quality than the arcade, because the Neo Geo gave you arcade quality games, right? But it was the same level, right? The Dreamcast was the first console to actually give you better quality graphics than the arcades at home for a $200 price point, right? $200 price point, unheard of. Nobody would have thought a million years that we would ever live to see that at that point, because it was unheard of. But it happened. When you saw Soul Calibur and Dreamcast, it shit all over the arcade one.
It looked crazy.
It was crazy. And so that's when you knew it was the real deal, that console gaming had reached the level of arcades for the very first time and surpassed it, right? And that we were in for a treat. So all real gamers that were really, really gaming at that point, we were like, oh hell no, this Dreamcast shit is the truth. This is day one. And that's what we did. And the ones that were just, Sony shills, or blinded by the Sony popularity, or the fact that Sony had, the Final Fantasies and the Tomb Raiders of the time that were stolen by doing, deals behind closed doors that were supposedly originally done with Sega to begin with, because Sony had more money. Then, that's what people were stuck on. They weren't stuck on the reality that you were getting this console with these amazing games for an amazing price point right here, right now. Not 2 years later, not a year and a half later, now in the present. So for them to continuing these practices, it's not mind-boggling. But we've said this time and time again. We've turned gray and blue already, talking so much, losing our breath of how many times we say that this is going to be nothing but a cash grab. The same way that once God of War come out, we're going to probably more than likely find out that it actually is a DLC. And then they're going to deny that. They're going to be like, no, that's not a DLC. What you talking about? Yes, it is. It will be a DLC.
And then here me and Hebot, we lived this stuff, we studied this stuff, we had these consoles. I collected all the magazines, read all of it, read everything there is to read on the PlayStation 2, the Xbox,
Sega, man, as well.
How PlayStation got started. This is all common knowledge that we get confronted by stalkers who don't even know what Blu-ray disc is.
Well, E-Rock. Look at the comedy that has presented itself, right? As of 2 days ago, was it Unlimited? Was it 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago. No, well, I'll explain to you. You'll know what I'm talking about. The game Stray with the little cat, right?
Oh yeah.
It's getting these rave reviews, right? And granted, it could very well be a good game, right? Because we've always said that it's about the uniqueness of games, not about the quality of the graphics or the mocap and things of that nature. That's why games like Sega Bass Fishing was amazing. That's why games like Crazy Taxi was amazing. Shit. That's why that game that used to have in the arcade where you drive the bus and ambulance chase call, where you picked up people in car crashes and had to take them to the hospital before they flatlined from Sega. Wow. That's why games like that were amazing, because it was about the uniqueness in the ideas of the games, right? And we've been saying this for years. All of a sudden, Stray is this amazing game, right? Where you play as a cat, right? But to play as a fucking goddamn fucking pirate in real time in Sea of Thieves, right? That we've never been able to really do in an immersion game, right? Or a procedurally generated game before. That's corny. But Stray is amazing. You see what I'm saying? The hypocrisy, how it's gone full circle.
And here's what pisses me off about not just the gaming media, but the media in general.
E-Rock.
I'm sorry.
Your mic a little fuzzy there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah, but it sounded like it was breaking up. But you sound fine now. Yeah.
No one in the media has bothered to re-review Sea of Thieves.
Yes.
Having it fully complete.
Yes, but they re-reviewed Uncharted, if you remember. Remember when they re-reviewed Uncharted?
Yep, I remember.
When they did some upgrades or some shit like that.
No. What happened with Uncharted? Well, people. This is what happened with
refresh my
Uncharted,
memory.
Refresh
my memory.
Refresh
my memory.
The original review got an 8.8. An 8.8, which is an amazing score, and people.
Yeah, it's a good score.
People bitched so hard. IGN punk ass went back and gave it like a 9 something.
That's right.
Just
That's
to
right.
cater to people bitching over a review score.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. That's what's happened. That's exactly what happened. He's absolutely right. I remember now. You're right. It was that they gave it an 8.5 or 8.3.
No,
and then it
was an 8.8.
It was an 8.8. Okay.
It was extremely.
And they were like,
high.
"Oh, this is how dare you? How dare you? This is a masterpiece. This is Naughty Dog. How fucking dare you?"
Hey, He-Bot. Yo, He-Bot.
I'm listening,
Hey,
brother.
remember, even Naughty Dog came out and was bitching like, "We worked so hard on this game, and they're not reviewing it right." And it was like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
They're not reviewing it right.
Again, a review review scores is an opinion. It's a fake
exactly.
Number. It's
exactly. Thank you.
It's not your actual school grade.
Thank you, Unlimited. Thank you.
This shit. Review scores drive me crazy, and it drives me crazy because people take them people take review scores as facts. But what they do is that nobody watches or reads a review. They automatically go to when they click
the number.
Review,
The number.
they scroll
it's
the
number. It's 9.5. Amazing.
Yeah.
It's a masterstroke.
They don't read the opinion. They don't read the review. They don't read what
the pros.
They go straight to the
cons.
Yes. They go straight to the number and tell you a game is fucking good or bad, and that is bullshit. And look at my brother Sega Man.
Well, that's why.
brother.
He busted out the Dreamcast. He got the black Dreamcast too.
Oh yeah, that's the sports edition one. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Nice. You're absolutely right.
That was a rare Dreamcast right there.
Oh yeah. Do you guys remember that back in the day when we had the score system, right? In any solicitation of magazines, right? It was always broken down into 5 tiers. I think it was sound, graphics,
controls,
story. Yeah. GamePro used to do that. EGM used to do that. A lot of magazines used to do it. But that's how they were rated. They were rated and break it down based on all those qualities, like the control scheme, the story, the uniqueness of the atmosphere of the game. Like where it took place, right? Character design, graphics, sound, and that's why when you got a actual review, right? Back then, it had actual, integrity to it, right? There was integrity to it, is what I'm trying to say, right? There was integrity because they did it and they did it right. They didn't just say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna put this and say it's this." Nowadays, they don't tell you shit, but it's an amazing story. It's a 10 out of 10. That's it, right? They don't tell you about the gameplay controls, or they don't tell you the mechanics of the game.
And this is why they're not finishing the games. I mean, it's been
probably
exposed.
So. Yeah. That's been exposed.
It was already.
That has been exposed. Yeah, that has been exposed.
That a lot of these reviewers come out and say, "Hey, I'm not finishing these games," and giving it 8s, 9s, and 10s. And they that's why I don't take that shit seriously. They can't even be. Imagine if your job. Look, imagine if you can't work at any of your jobs and not complete it and send it in and send in your final report or some shit incomplete. All of y'all would be fired in a heartbeat. And
Right,
every fucking time you have something to do, you don't complete it. You just take a look at it for a minute and like, okay, this looks good, and sent it off. That's what these
right.
reviewers are doing. They're
Well,
not even
that's the
finishing these
problem.
fucking games.
That's the problem, Unlimited. There's no integrity in reviews. There just isn't. And that's the problem. There's no integrity. It's all about now favoritism, graphics, or because it has a fucking movie style story.
Yeah,
And that's why I get
what platform is it associated with?
right.
Yeah.
Or what platform
Yeah.
is it associated with? Exactly. That's why I get fucking pissed off because look at all these fake people now. Oh my God, Bayonetta 3. I can't wait. It's going to be incredible. I was like, I know y'all not trying to gas this game up when you know very well that Bayonetta 1 did well when it came out on the Xbox and the PlayStation, right? It sold almost 2.3 million copies, right, within both consoles.
Yeah.
When it went on the Nintendo Switch or the Nintendo Wii U, right, the sequel, which is a superior game in every way than the first one. I can admit that. Other than the graphic quality, because the Wii U was kind of still very weak, but as far as the game itself, superior in every way, right? It came out. Bayonetta 2 sold 28,000 copies lifetime, right? That's it, 28,000. No lie, my brother E-Rock. Just like when Shadows of
he bought.
Well, it's like when Shadows of the Dam came out. Remember Shadows of the Dam, which was incredible by the same guy.
Yeah.
Incredible game. That game only sold 37,000 copies.
Good game.
It failed. Great game, and it's back compat, I think, right? Can't we play back compat? I believe. Incredible game, right? But nobody really played it. But then when it went back compat, everybody's like, "Oh, this game's fantastic! This is amazing! It's incredible!" Like, dude, you didn't play it on the 360. How you gonna act like you actually a fan if you never played the game before, right? Because you come off as hypocritical. And then they re-released it, did another version for Nintendo Switch of Bayonetta 2, and the game only sold 68,000 copies. Okay? Maxed lifetime sales. You really think Bayonetta 3 is going to sell any more than that? And these motherfuckers are hyping it up like it's going to sell 3 billion copies. Like, come on. You know the game's not going to fucking sell.
No,
the game's not going to sell. Yeah, exactly. It's not going to sell.
Yeah, there's an adult on the cover. It's not some shitty shit.
Yeah, it's very sexualized. It has a beautiful character chick that's completely sexualized, even though she's bad.
It even has like its own self-censorment or some shit like that.
Yeah. They added where you can take off the adult context.
Because you know her hair, how her hair was her armor or some shit like that.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes, and they would always emphasize her licking, the gun, like it's a dildo, for example, or they would emphasize her opening her legs while it was being covered by her hair, like they're about to show her punani, or they would emphasize her nipples, her breast area.
Nintendo's like, look, we probably paid for some development time, Platinum. But y'all gotta censor that shit.
You gotta, so it's censored. They got a option where you can censor it, which I guess is okay because at least they didn't take it out and it's still there for those who are adults. But at the same time, it's like I'm saying, it's not going to sell. If the other one was any indication that they released it twice and it didn't sell, this one's not going to sell.
Yeah.
And they're hyping it up like it's going to sell more than anything on Xbox, for example. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And as Hebot brought up Bayonetta 3, that's going to segue us to our final topic for tonight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And so there's a rumor, and I'm letting you guys know it's just a rumor as of now. That Platinum Games went to Xbox to publish their next game. And when you hear Platinum and Xbox, you already know what's been brought up a million fucking times. And please, gaming media, please stop bringing up Scalebound, because please just let that shit die. Please let it die. But if this is true,
you know why they bring it up.
Yeah. But if this is true, do you think that this is a good thing? Do you think that Platinum and Xbox should have another shot together? I'm gonna start with you, Sega man. What do you think about another potential a relationship between Xbox financing and publishing a Platinum game?
I wouldn't, to be honest with you, brothers. I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do. That was too much money. They took the money and made other games for other systems. They did all kind of stuff with the money and different things like that. It's just it's not worth the gamble. Again, it just isn't. Microsoft. I think once you fuck them once, that's it. You know what I mean? They're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna give them another chance, man. I really, really don't, man. I mean, that was huge what they did, and that was crazy. I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't trust them. You know what I mean? I would not try and help them again, brother. You know what I mean? So I would say possibly no, definitely no, man. I think it's a no go. You know what I mean? I don't think. I mean, maybe if it was another company that took the game from them, or they did it with somebody else or something, but nah, man, not for all that money that they took and used it for. That's the main thing, man. They went and used it to make or finish other games. Talk about a slap in the face, man. That's like a punch in your jaw. You know what I'm saying? I would never, ever, I wouldn't be able to trust them, bro. I wouldn't be able to trust them. So, yeah, that'd be on my side. I'd say that's a no go, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, and I completely understand because remember, Scalebound was like $80 billion, and the PR hit they took, that was a mess. And but it's fucking Scalebound. I'm so sick of it. But yeah, I move on to you, E-Rock. So the rumor is that Platinum Games went to Xbox to publish and finance their next game. Would you do that? Is that something that you could see Phil Spencer doing again, or would you do it? What are your thoughts on that potential rumor?
Absolutely not. Me, I wouldn't touch Platinum Games with a 10-foot pole. I don't care about what games they made. I don't care about the Bayonetta games. I don't care about any of their past history. They will always be known as the Japanese company that sat on $80 million and made a bunch of other games for other platforms while they basically gold brick and froze out Microsoft for 2 or 3 years. So nah, man, your name is mud in this industry. You're lucky you're not making cell phone games. Your name is mud in this industry. No, I wouldn't have no dealings with them.
Yeah, man.
And let's just say that Phil, he's soft-hearted. Let's just say that Phil gets a soft heart and decides to deal with them anyway. Man, it would be under the strictest terms.
Yeah.
There'd be no breathing room for Platinum. No breathing room. Like, you better sell this many amount of games, or else we own the IP and we own you. If this thing don't turn around in 30 days, we own your studio and your kids and your first kid. Like, there'd be no wiggle fucking room whatsoever in that deal. So, me, no, I wouldn't do it. But if Microsoft decided to be nice and throw these Japanese a lifeline, then why would you? Where y'all go with that shit? Or Eric's racist again? I know more about the Japanese culture than any of you in the chat. Okay, I study them weekly because I do. I'm very interested in their culture. I think their culture is fascinating. But some of the shit they do business wise is sketchy as shit. And games, no, man, I wouldn't deal with them. But if Microsoft does, there would be no wiggle room whatsoever in that deal. I mean, it'd be a deal where if the game didn't sell, they would lose everything. It'd be one of those Faustian deals, some Dante type shit. We'll publish the game for you, but if it don't sell, you lose your souls.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I'm not against that because again, there's history that I know Kamiya and all them apologizing stuff, but $80 million is $80 million. But you know what I'm saying?
It was $100 million, but that's besides the
point.
Oh my God, nine figures. They blew 9 figures. Look, and before I get to Hebot, I get it. The gaming world saw in January, Phil Spencer dropped $68.7 billion on Activision, and ever since then, notice how Microsoft has been getting the Microsoft right now is like a sultan in a harem of women. He has Xboxes. He has Xbox just kicking back while everybody's like, "Hey Phil, hey Phil, hey Phil, hey Phil, come on man, bring me on, bring me on." There's rumors of Ubisoft being on sale. There's rumors of EA being on sale. Hell, there was a rumor of Platinum being on sale months ago, if you don't remember. So before I move on to Hebot, I just wanted to point that out. So I get it. I get what Platinum is doing. They're trying to butter up the Phil, like, hey, because everybody, look, nobody, and that's why the Activision deal was never going to fail. Nobody on this planet passing up $70 billion. You'll never, E-Rock, you'll never convince me that there's a human being on this earth that has $70 billion offered to him in any shape or form. It's like, nah, I'm good. Right?
70 billion.
Yeah, and Hebot said it perfectly. Hebot said this way back in January, right after it happened, right? Everybody saw that, and now they want in. And so Hebot, Platinum Games, the rumors that Platinum went to Xbox published to have their next game published and financed.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Would you go? Would you do it? Would you turn them down? What are your thoughts?
Well, there's a lot of layers to this because the reality is, my brother Sega Man and E-Rock, they're right. With what happened, with the amount of money involved, there's the logical, smart, sensible human being, especially a business person, would be like, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Absolutely. But in the case of what's going on with them now, if this is true, right? If this is true, I believe Platinum Games definitely learned from their mistake, right? I think they realized we fucked up big time. And I'm not saying that they want to do right by Microsoft because they realize they fucked up and they want to do right. I really wholeheartedly believe it's because they know this is where the money's at, right? And so they're trying to stay afloat, they're trying to stay relevant, and they still want to make a big project that nobody else is going to be able to fund other than Microsoft. Now, with that also being said, I also think that if Phil did the deal and gave him a second opportunity, right, it would be a vindication to Microsoft because it would make them look, you guys thought that we were the bad guys and we screwed them over. Fuck yeah. They had to come back to us and kiss our ass, right? And suck on us. I see it that way. It's one perspective. But at the same time, I'm also with E-Rock. If they made a deal for a new project, right, this shit got to be under the strictest and most confined terms of all times. I mean, like E-Rock said, if it fails, we have full ownership of your company, all your properties, everything, period. Or if you screw us in any way, shape, or form, because we can't predict if a game does well or not, no matter how good it looks, because it's a gamble, right? But at the very least, if they try to pull a fast one, if they're getting funded or if they're doing this project, right, that they can't do nothing else. That's it. You're under our terms. You can't go nowhere else to do anything else. And if we see you remotely move in any way, shape, or form that we feel is not correct, you're burnt with us because we're going to take everything you have and we're going to take you for everything you have and exist, period. Platinum be completely ours and all your money and assets will be ours if they're going to go this route and give them a second chance. Because why do they have to be so strict? Because what they did is something unheard of. Nobody goes to a company and the company says, oh, here, take $100 million and do your project dream, right? That you so-called claimed you wanted to do. And then go and turn around and prioritize other projects in other companies and make deals with other companies at the same time where it completely took away your attention, right?
Hey, hold on. Other things said Xbox should get their women and children also.
Well, E-Rock said the same thing. Your kids will be ours. Yeah, I mean, look. It's not easy. Like I said, where I'm trying to get to. And you cannot go to a company, right? And they give you $100 million to make a project. And then you end up prioritizing other things, do other deals behind their back at the same time and not keep focused on what you're doing with them when they pursed you $100 million. You just don't do shit like that. That shit is crazy, right? That's nuts. So to take that type of risk again, it's got to be with some serious, uh, 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 clauses in there. I mean, some clauses where Platinum Games gonna have to think twice of, well, do we really want to do this? Because this shit is scary. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And that's the only way where I think it would make sense. And I think Microsoft, if they do it, that's exactly what they're going to do. It's going to be a very strict contract, a very strict project, and it's going to be where you're only doing this and that's it. I really doubt they'll be that foolish, no matter how nice Phil Spencer is. I don't think he'll be that stupid, that foolish, that dumb, or that nice to go and grant them money again and just let them do whatever they want. They fuck it up again and be like, oh, it's okay, and with a tap in the back, right? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I think Platinum Game is actually being sincere in the sense that they know they fucked up because they made it public that they should have took the blame and not Microsoft. That's how I know they fucked up, because most of the time, most developers and publishers just stay quiet, don't say shit. They'll be like, "Oh no, that wasn't us." You see what I'm trying to say? But they came out publicly and said, "Yeah, we should have took the flack. It was our fault." That's why they fucked up, and they know they're not going to get that type of money ever again from any company to make a project in any scale of a AAA quality other than what Microsoft gave them, offered them. And I think that's where their regret is coming from, right? Where they want to see if they can have a second chance. And again, like we said, if Phil does give him another chance, because he's a nice guy, he is about the industry. We all know how Phil is. We like him, but we also don't agree with some of the things he does sometimes. But it has to be under the strictest of conditions, because if they do some crap like that again, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy, and distasteful too.
Yeah, doing something like that again, it would be one of the rare things that would hurt Phil Spencer's reputation, in my opinion. It'll just make him look a little too stupid. And honestly, if I'm Phil, I'm in the position of power here. They came to me because they want my money. My only option would be, all right, I buy you out. But if I'd be an asshole about it. I'd be an asshole about it, Ebot. I'd buy them out for like a quarter of what I gave them when I paid for Scalebound. That's what I do to them. I give them, instead of $100 million, I'll buy them for like $25 million.
Well, here's the only. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish, and then I'll tell you. I'll add to what you were going to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying. That's what I would do. I would low key embarrass them. I would embarrass them to the point that if it happened and they bought Platinum, it's some absurdly low number that it blows people away. That we come to a podcast like, how the fuck does Phil Spencer pay $10 million for Scalebound type shit? Insomniac took $235 million, so that was pretty prostitute money zone. But I mean, that's besides the point, bro. I completely understand what you're saying. That's funny though that you say that. But look, here's the one thing that I can actually say that is a very positive if something like this goes through. Number one, Microsoft owns the Scalebound IP. That was the smartest thing they could have done, was bought the IP because they couldn't use it anywhere else, right? Especially after Microsoft invested all that money. And number two is a lot of those assets from that stuff is still there. It's still, put away. So if they wanted to revisit it and do it now with the power of the console and restructure it and refine it, I don't think it would cost as much as it was going to, let's say, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, right? Because we're in a different era, and most of that stuff that was done could be repurposed with brand new assets and graphic power and make it look even 10 times better, more than likely. That's the only good point as far as if they went back, let's say, and revisit it and try to do Scalebound again, right? Instead of even starting with a new project. I'm like, yo, finish what you started, motherfuckers, and fix it, and you're gonna get this much, and that's it, like you said. That's the only thing that would only really be good about this whole thing, as far as if they do something new or not. But again, but I understand the apprehensiveness of most
Xbox fans, like E-Rock and Sega Man, for example.
Hey, man, $100 million is $100 million. Ain't none
Yeah,
of us
yeah,
spent
yeah.
that kind of money on
Shit,
anything.
ever in our lifetime. That's
Yeah.
right. You ain't lying. You
Yeah,
was not
yeah.
lying. Imagine
So,
being that arrogant and throwing it down the toilet too.
yeah,
Jesus Christ,
yeah, exactly.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's why. Hey, what's up, 100 man? Thank you for doing this. And we're actually about to close the show, 100. But always glad that you popped in, man.
My brother.
Yeah, but
Up 100.
T-Bot, man, go ahead and let them know where they can find you. We're gonna do our outros. I'm extremely tired too, so
Oh,
go ahead.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
go
guys
ahead
can
and
find me. Sorry, I was late. First and foremost, I apologized. But better late than never is how I say, right? You guys can always find me here on the Unlimited Truth. Obviously, with my brother E-Rock on the Exile every 2 Sundays of the month, or every other Sunday of the month. On Saturdays, mostly every Saturday, usually with my brother Sega Man on the Alpha Podcast. And also, you can check me on my channel on YouTube, obviously, Hebot. And when I am able to do We Got Next, you're more than welcome to stop by. And you can find me on these social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram or Twitch. Just go to my channel and you can see the information down in the description below. So I won't be so long-winded here. Or even on Xbox, the information is there as well. So thanks again, brother, for accepting me here, even though I was late today to the show.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, it's it's never a problem, man. We already know your situation. And hey, E-Rock, let them know where they can find you, man.
Hey, you can find me on the E-Rock X channel. It's always great to come here whenever the truth is needed. You'll see us come in here like the super friends. But hey, man, it's great to be here, talk about these subjects, and hey guys, keep it gaming. A lot of great games out there to play on Xbox.
Yep. And Sega Man, last but not least, let us know where you can find Tuckmaster.
Hey man, our brother Tuck, man. You can always find him at Rollo's Groovy Grab Bag.
It got bought out.
Down there getting pumpkin and green beans.
Green beans.
Yeah, you can always find our brother Tuck, man.
Our brother Tuck.
Hey, I'm surprised he wasn't here today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I hope he's okay.
Yeah,
So
and
Limited
also let
City's
them know
always
where
the
they can
first one
find
in
you.
here.
Also let them know where they can find you, Sega Man.
All right, guys. Hey, it was a great show. Coming back with our brother Unlimited Productions, man, on the Unlimited Truth. You know what I'm saying? Great show, great topics. Yeah, I mean the chat was also on fire, man. Thanks to the chat. Big shout out to the chat, man. Chopping up game with us today, man. Much respect to all you guys out there, man, that have been rocking out with us since day one. You can always find me on my channel Sega Man 101 with our podcast, The Alpha, on Saturdays, and then the word all started, brother, on the Exile. On the Exile podcast. We got a 2-year anniversary coming up, brothers. So come and join us for our 2-year anniversary celebrating the Exile podcast, where we will be giving away some giveaways, like some game cards or something like that, Game Pass or whatever we're still talking about. But we're going to do a couple giveaways, so come in and rock out with us, man, on our 2-year anniversary. It's going to be fun. You know what I mean? And it's going to be a good time, man.
Awesome. Yeah, and everybody, thank you for joining. Jeremy Brown, Others Inc., KTJ Gaming, 100, Jay Dizzle, and apologies if I forgot anyone else. Channel. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your week. You know the deal. Enjoy gaming, and we are out.